You know, people who are worth a lot of money later in life, they don't do what everyone else is doing. Through the ALUX app, we run one of the largest high net worth networks, helping the rich get richer through coaching and peer groups. And, in our research, we found 15 steps that anyone can take to dramatically improve their chances of getting rich. This might sound a little bit harsh, but we will bully you into success if we have to, because nobody benefits if you die miserable and broke. So strap in. Here are 15 steps to be worth a lot when you die. Welcome to ALUX, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Number 1, be capable in a lucrative industry that's growing in demand. So there's 2 parts to this one. First, find an elevator going up. The industry you choose is more important than your ability to perform within it. You'll learn as the industry evolves and you will rise up with it. Don't sell newspapers, okay? Every generation gets 2 to 3 technological revolutions. All of them can and will make you rich if you pay attention to them. Now, secondly, become capable, meaning you can get shit done in exchange for money. You'll have to make a living by checking either one of these boxes. You will get rich if you can check both. Your income is your primary wealth-building tool. If you check both boxes, something incredible happens. At the end of the month, you have excess capital. Repeat after me. Excess capital is for investing, not pleasure. The goal is to have enough money so that you're free from money problems. It all starts with excess capital deployed. Pretend you don't have it in the first place and keep focused on your grind. Number 2, switch jobs frequently with salary bumps. Look, there's no such thing as loyalty if it comes at the expense of your family's well-being. Anyone who's in demand will be offered opportunities. Use your judgment and take them. Establish yourself as valuable in your industry and the opportunities will only get better. And assume there's a limited amount of time when you're in demand and milk it. Jump from pay bump to pay bump early. Learn as much as you can about the rules of the game as it's about you doing the work. Keep your lifestyle low. Don't move into a nicer place. Don't go on expensive holidays. No flashy cars. Don't try to impress the girls at this stage. You don't have the funds to do it. With every recruiter and salary bump, you'll have more and more excess capital. And in 2 to 3 years, you'll feel very secure in your shoes and you'll get good at it. Number 3, take projects on the side. The better you are at what you do, the more efficient you become. When you're young, you've got the ability to deploy time more effectively, since you don't have that many dependencies and you're not looking to add any new big ones. This allows you the time to work outside of work. Yes, if you're poor and you want to be rich, you don't have the luxury of wasting time, especially since you're racing against poverty and inflation. Either get another part-time job, even if you don't need to, or start a project on the side. The goal is to make money, not save the planet, not save puppies, not cure diseases. All of that comes later. You're hungry for wealth, and all of this effort is to put food on the table and fill up your fridge. Number 4, invest in your financial and skill education. The money will grow and you'll feel the need to spoil yourself, to treat yourself, and the little voice in your head, and maybe even the voices of your poor friends, will tell you that you've earned it. If you can see the starting line, you haven't earned shit yet. You're 1 to 2 bad decisions away from going right back to where you started, so do not lose focus. In the app, we talk to users who are worth $20, $50, $100 million, and they're still afraid of losing it all. The golden rule here is reinvest returns instead of upgrading your lifestyle. The first thing you should invest in is yourself, okay? Nothing will pay you a bigger dividend than you knowing how money works, because nobody can take away what you know. First you learn, then you remove the L. As you earn more, you learn more, which leads to even more earnings, and your money snowball starts to grow. Number 5, measure your net worth and optimize for it. Poor people never measure their net worth. You can't improve something you don't measure. If you don't know what your current net worth is, go to alux.com/NW right now to see how well you're doing. Once you know what goes into it, you can start to optimize. Income plus understanding investments plus network is what's going to make you rich. You rid yourself of debt to break free from your bank overlords and own your life again. If you're gonna work like a slave, you might as well have the proceeds going to you. There are 3 big stages of net worth that you need to achieve in life. First is when your net worth is positive, meaning your assets outweigh your debt. Second is when your net worth crosses $350,000, meaning you're able to support yourself for longer than 6 months if something ever happened. And third, when your net worth crosses $1.5 million, meaning you're finally on the way up. These numbers are benchmarked for the US market, so feel free to adjust them to your local geography. Now, we know this isn't for everyone, but if one day you want to be worth over $10 million, go to alux.com/app right now and get yourself a yearly subscription. Our expert coaches will show you how to scale a business, distilling decades of money wisdom into days. Our 2,000-plus library of premium content will break down market trends and every kind of investment that you should make for this decade. And in the ALUX network, other high net worth individuals provide vetted recommendations, like which banker to use, which accounting firms, where to incorporate to save some tax, all that good stuff. This level of insight does not come cheap, but for the right people, that ROI is positive on day one. So go to alux.com/app to download it and scan this QR code for 25% off your yearly membership. And just a little insider info, sometime in the new year, that price is going to go up, so you can lock in the legacy price by registering right now. With the app in your pocket, unless you really screw it up, you'll be there in half the time it would have taken you otherwise. Number 6, avoid debt and control your impulse to show off. Stay away from credit card debt, okay? You don't need a new car, you don't need to borrow money to go on vacation. If you don't have the money, you don't need it right now. Wait until you earn that money and then decide if all that hard work is worth spending or buying you a little more freedom. You'll feel this need to prove to others that you're doing great. Stop. Their approval will not pay for your kid's private school. In the long run, everyone you want to impress is irrelevant, okay? Everyone who made it on their own side of wealth is nodding their heads right now. You're not competing with your colleagues, your workmates, your schoolmates, or your neighbors. You're competing against the richest version of yourself, and your goal is to make this timeline be the one where you thrive. To do that, you need superior vehicles to build your wealth. And no, okay, a vehicle here does not mean a new G-Wagon. Number 7, become a professional and establish a business. The way you go about this changes when you become a professional, okay? Think in decades, not in paychecks. With a business incorporated, you can deduct expenses, you can reinvest profits, you can build enterprise value for yourself. Think of it as the rich person's piggy bank. Billionaires don't become billionaires by saving dollar bills. No, they do it by making their own businesses worth billions and personally owning a chunk of that. If you need money, banks love businesses more than they love you. And in case shit hits the fan, LLC means limited liability company. That means the business will suffer, but not you. It costs under $300 to incorporate a business anywhere in the world these days, and you do it from your laptop. We were discussing which platforms to use in the app last week with our community. The business card shows up in the mail, and you can legit set up a business in less than 48 hours and start getting paid. Number 8, focus on your craft and save in stocks or crypto. Now, one thing people underestimate is how fast wealth happens. You think that you'll have this brilliant idea and money will start pouring in because those are the stories you read in the media. The truth is, it'll take you almost a decade to get rich, but you will get rich. Focus on your craft. Get better at whatever you do. Anything you earn over your life baseline should go straight into the S&P 500 or Bitcoin. When that portfolio gets big enough, liquidate and buy cash-flowing assets like an apartment or a house. Rent that asset out, and now that money coming in from the asset auto-buys S&P 500 or Bitcoin. The reason you sell at certain thresholds is to basically hit save on your journey. Now, more on this in a second. Number 9, switch your focus from earning with your time to earning with your brain. Now, as you build experience and know-how, your time becomes more and more valuable. Instead of trading time for money, like making bread by hand, you build the machine that makes bread for you. Build once, sell 1,000,000 times. The only way to truly be rich is to disconnect your earnings from yourself. You need to make money while you sleep. That's when your skills go from doing the thing to hiring, training, and managing people to do the thing. That's when you finally become a business owner instead of having a job at your own company. On a long enough time horizon, all successful entrepreneurs go from hard skills to soft skills because they're substantially more profitable. Number 10, DCA into the market and have available liquidity for opportunities. Time in the market beats timing the market. DCA stands for dollar cost averaging, so it means you buy stocks consistently. That way you mitigate market movements. Rich people love the market because it's a piggy bank that grows for them. In case an opportunity presents itself, it's very easy to borrow money against your stock or even sell it with the push of a button. Keeping money in your bank account or under the mattress doesn't put enough distance between you and the funds, so you end up spending it. This not only grows your funds, but it gets you to qualify emergencies and opportunities before you liquidate. Number 11, buy cash-flowing property until it covers your living expenses. One day in your journey, your assets will make you as much money as you used to make working in the beginning. That will be a really good day. Your brain will click into place, realizing that if you were to never alter your lifestyle, you could literally do nothing for work for the rest of your life. But you're good at what you do and you actually like working, so you keep at it. For the first time in your life, if you want to, you can spend earned income. The catch is, your earned income is substantial, and your brain won't let you spend all of it, so your wealth keeps on growing. Number 12, don't do anything illegal or take unnecessary risks. Pay your taxes and don't take shortcuts. You're on the right path, so why freaking risk it, okay? Put a little bit on the side for unforeseen events and you're golden. Don't let other people sell you their dreams at the expense of yours. Never sell the cow to buy milk. Never sell the cow, period. Invest in other people only if you're comfortable never seeing that money again. As a rule of thumb, never touch what takes care of you and your family. Number 13, get yourself a boring money guy. Look, you're good at investing, so keep some of that separate. Never trust anybody with everything you've worked for, but be comfortable letting them manage the proceeds and benchmark against your performance. You can now afford good lawyers and accountants that will help you to sleep better at night and keep more of your money. Investments, wills, trusts, and taxes are all managed by professionals. Nobody is perfect, but it is great having them in your corner. Number 14, start investing alongside more experienced investors. Look, as you grow, you realize some opportunities are outside of your budget range. For a long time, you thought you needed to have extreme wealth to do these kinds of plays. But now you're discovering people with a similar net worth to yours coming together, pooling resources to make plays that you could never make on your own. So you find your people, you do deals together and become friends. You buy some international properties to mitigate geographical risk. You're happy knowing that you have some wealth parked somewhere far, far away. You join investor groups, you sit on boards, you advise, and life is pretty cool. In most of these businesses, you're no longer number one carrying all the weight on your shoulders. You're the one that number one comes to for advice or a second opinion. A great position to be in. You smile as you realize your wealth is growing faster than your earned income ever did. And number 15, you win when your investments can acquire more cash-flowing assets. A $2.5 million portfolio compounding at 10% will buy you a $250,000 studio apartment every year. That studio gets rented out and you have even more cash flow. The value of the property keeps climbing as the hedge against inflation, and your net worth will keep growing until you die. If you get to the point where your assets buy more assets, you will die a rich man. How much money do you need where you live for your portfolio to buy a small studio apartment every single year? Let us know in the comments. And since this is technically a Sunday motivational video, of course, you are getting a bonus, my friend, and that bonus is to be perpetually curious. Now, this isn't some kind of generic mumbo-jumbo advice, okay? It's actually important to ask questions and shut up and listen. Play dumb, ask questions, and listen. Be curious. How do you make money? Why do you invest there? How does that work? Now, this doesn't come naturally to a lot of people. We want to feel validated, so we're offering the info to make ourselves feel good. Every ultra high net worth individual that we've interacted with was incredibly curious to learn how we do things, because it gives them a better understanding of how business is done today. It keeps them sharp and allows them to know what superpowers the people around them have. If you'll be worth over $10 million when you die, write the word over in the comments. Let's see how many of you are going after this challenge. We'll see you back here next time, Aluxer. Until then, take care.